Hello, art students. To get into the winter mood, we are making a six-sided snowflake. Okay, so for your supplies, you will need a piece of paper, scissors, and a pencil. So let's get started. You're going to take your paper and fold a triangle. Notice how my corner is not going to the other corner. I'm making sure I'm making a right triangle, lining up the top first, and then creasing. Okay, so that extra edge on the side, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Okay, that way I have a right angle on the bottom, making a perfect triangle. Okay, after that, I'm going to fold this triangle in half, making sure I line up the corners, then creasing. Always line up the corners first before you crease. Open that back up. That's going to be where the bottom fold starts. So you're going to fold this. Notice how I am not perpendicularly lining those two lines up. I'm slightly angling it upwards. So my triangle is slightly angled upwards, and then a crease. This isn't going to be a perfect crease when we crease it back over. You can see here mine's not perfect. It is pretty close, but it's not perfect. It's not lining up with that edge. Don't worry about that. This is art class. No one needs to be perfect in art class. I'm going to continue and fold it together. Okay? The thing that you want to pay attention to is lining up that point. Okay? So you want it to be very pointy at the bottom. Okay? So here is where I'm going to cut off the top corners. I want a round edge. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil and start drawing my design. If you like the snowflakes that I created earlier, here are the stencils for those. You can copy those onto your snowflake. If not, just go ahead and draw your own. So when you start drawing your own, you want to make sure that the edges are always the parts that you cut. You don't want anything open to the center because that would be very difficult trying to cut that out. You also want to make sure your actual snowflake that is left behind is not too thin. So don't draw any lines that are close to the other lines. You want enough room so that way they won't be cut into pieces. Okay, so grab your scissors and start cutting. Be careful to cut slowly and never towards your hand. Here is a little bit risky. I kind of cut towards my hand. Please don't do that. Also, this is going to take a while. These are a lot of folds together. You can see how thick it is. It is going to be difficult to cut. That's why you should go slowly. You will be able to cut through it though. So this is my last cut. I kind of stray away from my lines. I kind of try to make it a little different. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. I'm going to open it. When I do open my snowflake, I'm going to make sure I open it slowly. I don't want to rush to open it and rip it because they are pretty fragile, very thin pieces of paper. And it's always rewarding to open the final fold and see your full snowflake. Alright, I hope you guys have fun and create some really unique designs. Once you get the hang of it, it can be pretty easy. So because of that, I want to give you a challenge. See if you can make a snowman or a reindeer in the snowflake, not just a design. If you do, please send me a photo of that. I would love to see.